Alright everyone, how's it going? Um, there's something that I wanted to talk about. I've kind of been left it for a couple of days because I wanted to let it develop. Um, and it's basically talking about people being worth your time, like you're worth to them, like consideration, just a kind of few things surrounding it. So, I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where, like I don't believe in like having like a high lot of acquaintances. You know what I mean? I like basically conduct myself in the way that like when I invest my time in people, like obviously you start to care. Do you know what I mean? Like you're invested it within their well being because you've spent time and you've gotten closer to with somebody. But so what I wanted to leave with was this: I have never ever in my life. Like, I understand when people are upset or they're going through some things that maybe they don't want to talk to people. I've done it. But I have never in my life, when people are showing concern for me or like can show that they're worried, have ignored them. I've never done that. I just think that is like so inconsiderate. I think it's just a disgusting way to go about things. Like, how much effort does it take to say, I'm going through some things, or like I don't want to talk just now, or even if they just say like I've got this and this going on. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just kind of working through things and that. I mean, how much effort does that take? Fucking none. Do you know what I mean? And this is what I wanted to talk about a bit. Like, you're worth it, people, and investing your time. Like, is it worth it? So when you spend time with somebody, do you know what I mean? And the whole point of spending time and communicating with people is you get it's mutually beneficial. You know what I mean? You're both getting something out of it. But when people try to basically use people, as in like they need you for a certain amount of time to fulfill a niche, and once like that need has been met, they don't give a fuck. Now, I have never done that in my life. Do you know what I mean? It's because you basically are you're taking advantage. I mean, I'd admit each person has their own level of investment or care for somebody. Some people are just relaxed and chilled. I mean, but that's not the way I am. As I say, like when I invest time in somebody, it creates me caring about them. It's just the way it is. You know what I mean? And like for somebody to just basically care for you a lot because you're fulfilling that need, and then when they don't need to fulfill that need anymore, the care goes away and they're basically wiping your shoe. They're basically wiping their shoe with you. I just think it's fucking disgusting. You know what I mean? Like, unless you're in a mental fucking health facility, half catatonic, there's no reason ever to basically just cast you aside without any sort of explanation whatsoever. And then when they try to do this thing where, like, 3 weeks later, they go, alright, what's happening? You're like, what? Are you fucking kidding me? You know what I mean? Like, I've been sitting here for like 2 fucking weeks, like, worried and shit. You know what I mean? And it's just like, they decide or when they can be fucked getting around to you. You know what I mean? It truly, like, angers me down to the bone. Like, it really does. It bugs the shit out of me. And, like, I don't know how people expect you just to be cool with it. Like, as I say, maybe it's because people don't act like it, but that's just who I am. You know what I mean? It's just the way I don't think there's any consideration at all being put towards that person's feelings. Just like, oh, cast aside, fuck you. Oh, 3 weeks later, alright, how's it going? I don't think so. You know what I mean? Like, if people, even if you're going through something, if people care at all about you when you're showing concern, do you know what I mean? Like, they actually give a shit. They can take 2 minutes out of their life, 2 minutes, and tell you why they can't talk or what's going on. If somebody can't take that 2 minutes out of their life to do that, then they don't give a fuck about you. Anyway, I just had to vent that shit out. I don't know. I don't know if it's ever happened to you. It's happened to me maybe like a couple of times. I wouldn't say like. I think it's because like I know in these videos I can be crass and stuff like that. Like I can swear quite a bit, but I'm genuinely. Like, I just try to be a kind of nice guy. Do you know what I mean? I try to care for people. Or try to act the right way. But when people treat you like that way, like shit, basically, like shit, it just makes you like cynical and like want to hate folk. You know what I mean? it bugs me. I just don't understand how people could do that to somebody that they're supposed to give a shit about. I don't know. It just makes you kind of I don't know, hateful and like cynical. Do you know what I mean? Like you try to keep a positive outlook and like it not, and as I say, it may not be a big deal for people. It's a big deal for me, but because I don't reach out to a lot of people. You know what I mean? The people close, like I care about. It's not like there's hundreds. You know what I mean? It's a select few people, and then when they decide to just throw that away, I'm like, because it means something to me. Do you know what I mean? It means something to me. I don't know. I just think it's bullshit. Anyway, I'm surprised if you make it to the end of the video. I'll be surprised if you're still listening. But if you're still here, then thanks for listening. I just had to vent that out and express my concern and anger. And I'll catch you all later.